All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Sorry we are a little late today, but it's better late than never, is what I'm told. So, that's why we're late instead of never. I don't know if that applies, but we're back. So, I hope everybody's having a good week. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday, and Monday, Tuesday went well. We are going to be finishing up our drawing, which is fun. The drawing from... Is it last Wednesday? A week ago? Must be. Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be more of the same. It's going to be values, values, values. That's going to be our focus. We're going to talk about sort of how we continue to apply values and then focus on edges. That's the plan for the day. Values, enhancing values, and working our edges. So that we can make the eye move, get our values right with our highlights, like we talked about last time, where it's all gray and we have a couple small points of perfect white or highlights, and really pressing the whole thing into the paper. So what's coming forward, we want everything else is kind of saturated in, and yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna do. Finish is always a tentative term. It's like anything, you come back to it, you see certain things, unless it's in a house or on a wall, it's never necessarily finished, one could argue, because you keep learning and you could go back to the same piece of art for hopefully the rest of your life if you keep learning. But that's neither here nor there. That's why when we say finish, we mean we're going to get it to a point like we talked about where we can call it done. We're happy. We don't necessarily know what we would do to improve it further. And or there's not many changes that we see that we would like to make, right? And in doing so, if and when we see something we want to change, we're excited to come back to it, and or it's also completed if we decide not to go back to it. So that's the plan for the day. As always, I have already spent time looking at it, planning, sort of seeing where I'm going to start. There's a couple areas that I definitely want to fix right away and kick back here or there. And that kind of comes with the nature of, again, not just jumping right into it, right? If you're working on a piece of art, beginning, middle, or end, it doesn't matter. Envision what you're doing. Kind of think about it, plan. Get yourself present if you can. Visualize what the final piece should look like. Visualize what the middle portion of the piece should look like. It's just going to be an easier process along the way. If I jump in and I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, I'm just kind of copying shapes, which is not wrong necessarily, but I might be changing a shape that's kind of right and I'm not seeing it the same way yet, and it's just going to kind of make my job more difficult. That's all. So you want to see what you have to adjust and make changes accordingly. And right off the... Oh, I'm talking away from my... And yeah, and right off the bat, we have this. We don't like this. These are two... You probably can't see them from where you are, but they're just two... It's just lines, right? I was kind of showing an example of a value. I was probably marking what a value should be there, which is actually working, see? But it was too clearly just the same. Not even. That's actually worse than it was. But it's all relative to your marks. You want your marks to be interesting, right? It's this is not as much fun as this. Maybe a little gradient. It disappears up here. You know what I mean? I'm picking up the pencil. It's just different marks. It can be the same shape, but it's in different marks. It's just going to make the piece more exciting in certain areas. And that was one of the first things I saw when I sat down, right? So it's always, not always, it's usually what I'm going for. First thing I see when I sit down, if I like it, I leave it, obviously. If I don't, guess what? I fix it. And in doing so, you kind of get off on a good foot, right? You've already adjusted to one thing that, okay, cool, that looks better already. Then you can continue down that road. Because which ear? Who knows which ear it is? Anybody know? I don't know. Has to be this inside one, yeah? Ah, it's bit. Some big old ears. What happened, right? God, this song. Do we think we're... Do you think we're out of Christmas enough where like popular tracks aren't Christmas songs anymore? I think we are. We're gonna try some of these. Yeah, we're gonna try some of the popular songs. I'm not sure. So I don't vet any of this music beforehand. I should. I don't. We can do. Okay. 0 for 1. That's gonna happen. Can't all be winners. We know that. So now I'm pressing fairly hard on the paper. I am kind of pushing the charcoal into the paper, right? Because we do want a real nice dark value, right? And I'm not a huge fan of I'm gonna go right my signature. Gone. Spray. Solvents, no. Oh, a varnish. No, not even a varnish. What's the term for charcoal? That's crazy. So I try to work with charcoal where it's pressed into the paper that it almost won't change too much. It's always going to change a little bit. Even with a varnish or spray, it's going to change quite a bit. But I normally actually... Oh, that's what I was supposed to do today. Supposed to get acetone. Big part of my work is acetone, which is a solvent, and it it evaporates instantly pretty much. So it's makes these little watermarks, right? Maybe I'll just wait. You guys have to see it. I don't want to tell you guys. Spoil the secret. It's not actually acetone. It's unicorn blood. So can't give away all the secrets, you know. Catching the unicorns is always the hardest part. See, so all of this has to be a bit darker still. And this is when like I said, I'm just, see that shape? It's a beautiful shape. It's almost like a charcoal brick. we have to push the figure now here. Because all of this has to go like this. There we go. Pretty much a chamois cloth. It does the same thing a paper towel does, except it's reusable. So it kind of, see how it kind of makes marks even, because it holds charcoal in it. So it picks it up, but it kind of also blends in a different way. A little softer. Oh shit! Threw charcoal powder on. So far, the popular tracks. Feels like the Christmas songs might have been better. Who is this popular with? Like, short of streams and YouTube videos, what is non-copyright music used for? Like, nobody's listening to this instead of songs, right? Seems wild to me. Putting some cross hatches down like I've talked about, right? And using a soft charcoal pencil, so it's very soft, and it puts down very dark marks, right? So you want to be careful at this stage too, especially with a charcoal pencil, that when you get to the soft pencils, it's harder to pick it up, right? And like I said, I don't want an edge there. And what happens with the charcoal pencil is I kind of go in and then I'll go back in with a blending stump, right? And kind of continue making, working it into the paper. I don't want it to get too cross-hatchy. This is when it's also important to make sure your pencils are very sharp, right? Kind of pulling into the light areas, pulling the darks into the light areas. Just kind of rounding over the forms, right? See how that just got a few shades darker. Hopefully, that still has to be addressed, but yeah. It's for like movies. So like I said, I have one side kind of picks marks up, other side puts it down. Not an eraser, but it can kind of move the charcoal around at least. I can push this way, so you can kind of pick and push up there. Koopy! Ready to spread some democracy! Hell yeah, dude. That's so goddamn funny. Oh, looks so funny. Thanks, man. Is that actually the saying? That's really fucking funny. Dude, Shaz has it. That's awesome. Spreading democracy. Oh, I'm going too far. I don't want to go past here. Just, I don't have to. No need. How's the back been treating you? Not bad, not bad, not bad. I got it. It's good unless I don't take care of it, which is just annoying. It feels like after everything I've had done, I should just be able to, you know, roll down a hill in a barrel or something stupid, but I can't. I can't. I'm old. But good. So, knock on wood, majority of the time. And if it's like sore for a day or whatever, I can usually get it back, which is nice. Way better than nothing like since New Year's. Christmas? Was that New Year's or Christmas? New Year's. Must have been New Year's. Yeah. Spooky song. Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How's yours been? You had just hurt yours, right? Like the same time? Such old men. Dude, you see Will's having a kid? Will's having a child? Which is nutty. Goods and is it bad? Yeah, yeah, gotta keep active and walk a lot. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. Dogs, walking the dogs is like the best thing ever. And you have so many, you have such good walks up there. That's cool, obviously. What? No, it's crazy. It's so wild. It's so weird. I just cannot. That's like very strange. The kid who like would leave his food bowls on the coffee table for like for months. He would actually just never pick them up, which is crazy. In the shower, remember how wet the fucking entire shower used to be? Like the bathroom, I should say. He would shower with the curtain open. Like there's no other explanation. He wouldn't, dude. It's so true. That was so wild. You would go in there and be like, Will, what happened? There would actually be water everywhere. No, and his alarm. His alarm would go off for actually hours while he was in the shower. Every part of me forgot about that, and that's so funny. And it was like the worst, most generic ringtone too. Like the standard iPhone, Apple, like pierce your face ringtone. That's brilliant. That's my freshman year. He lived in the tiny room. What was the movie? Oh, Anger Management, dude. He watched it all year. Anger Management played in his pantry. In his pantry bedroom. For an actual full year. Because it's I feel pretty, or whatever the fucking... It was totally that, and it played for a year. It played for a full year straight in his room. Which is wild, because didn't we all have cable? Like, why didn't he have a cable box in there? Did we have cable? Yeah, we must have. Did we not have cable in our rooms? I think his TV in there couldn't connect to the cable box or something. Yeah, it was something weird. I can't really remember either, but he played a movie for a year and a half. I think you put the cable up there. So it was so bad, and we had like early DirecTV, which was just awful. Or we had like the cheap DirecTV, so it just never had anything. Oh, it was Time Warner. Oh my god, you're right, dude. That's awesome. Oh, Keen. Did Rob graduate from Keene? Yeah, right? I'm like 90% positive he even went there. But yeah, I feel like he went there and graduated, right? This is peaceful and relaxing. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So I didn't mean for that. And you guys were never there at the same time, right? Or were you? Like your senior year, was he? Because what, you did a senior year at with Chuck and Dub, right? That's wild. I forget that, obviously. Yeah, I went to 5 years. Yeah, I mean, me too. I don't know. I think surprisingly enough, I think Soap was the only one that kind of didn't do 5 years. Which in his defense was not good for us. Considering all the shit we talked. A lot of people go to school for 8 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. What is that from? Tommy Boy. I should have known. It's always Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy or Joe Durrett. I don't know usually what it is, where it's from. See it. If I squint down, I can't really see that. So I'm not. I don't put it in. It doesn't belong. What's the worst that I really should have checked way before this point? Oh, please. All right, we're in business. Probably should have done that an hour ago. What are you gonna do? There we go. Whoops. Okay, getting worse. Always a scary moment when every mark seems to get worse and worse, especially with art. Pretty weird song right there. A very different song than we had a second ago. I tell you, this happens. Oh. I mean, until Generals gives me a sponsor, I'm open to recommendations because this just happens a lot with General's pencils. And it does kind of make them unusable. There's no way to really kind of. I haven't figured out how to change it, I guess, because it's kind of the mixture of the charcoal and the wax. Like it's made together. It's not really like a coating. It's just too much wax in the pencil. It's not enough charcoal, so it doesn't really. I don't know. It's like a filler. I don't know what it is. It's annoying though. So now it's like I talked about. Oh, they're too low. It's annoying because they're so loud in my headphones. None are exciting, so supposed to. I mean, they're there, so it's not just silence. But yes, there's supposed to be music. Let's figure that out. I think it's good volume. Okay, cool. Right around 40. Okay. I think it has to do with like a gate that I set up in OBS. which I don't think I wanted in OBS. I wanted on my microphone, but we're getting into a whole mess of stuff. But thank you, because that's, yeah. Silence is never fun. Well, that's not true. Silence can be nice, but, you know. Now we have to convince Dub to get Helldivers. I'm off Fortnite over there. I feel bad. It's like a friend you watch who like is still in a grip, just in a grip of drugs. You know what I mean? You're better than that, man. Seems like he's getting it too. We're talking about right now. Oh yeah! That would be fun, obviously. Come on, he's got to. There's nothing else. Fortnite's booty. Get out of here with that. There's no way he's having fun with Fortnite. There's no way he's having... What did he say earlier? I really like it, I think is what he said. It's like, well, that's... Now you're just lying. You don't really like it. You might... I mean, again, you can be like, yeah, it's the lesser of two evils. It's not like there's nothing to really like, you know? Why didn't you tell us about this game sooner, dude? Could have been diving this whole time, bro. It's good. Yeah, I mean, that's always any game that's like multiples like that is fun. Any game that's not Fortnite, I should say. It's too dark. I always put my elbow on the tips of the pencils. And they break, obviously. It's a very bad habit. Won't lie. I'd say it's intentional or something weird. More than is needed, right? Need those little shapes, that's all. Fish and drool on the paint on the piece. Fortunate, it happens to the best of us. You leaving? Okay, bye. Thanks. Oh, it still feels like this side should be darker, but I'm gonna wait a Oh, didn't want to do that. Undo. Where's the undo button? It's right. Should be. Now it's all just slow little marks. It's all relative to how far you want to bring it, right? At this point. You could easily stop, or not you, I could easily call it done. All relative to how much detail you want to put in, how many marks you want to make. But we certainly have enough value, like we have the values representing the light. way too intense. Ah. It's very important to keep checking the little marks you're making, right? Because any small marks make big marks. But seriously, that's like, you don't realize how big of an impact you can make sometimes. Right. All right, I have to take a quick 5-minute break here.